And the righty deals. In the air, right field. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. One down. And time now to check out the A's lineup. Singy, we're looking at a really young lineup here, so not much experience, but it also means they're going to bring a lot of energy to the table most days.
Well, we're in a golden age of young players. I mean, these players, they're getting up to the majors. They're dominating from a young age, bringing home plenty of hardware early in their careers. I mean, before they even get to free agency. So, you know, when you consider all of that, I love seeing the kind of energy that a team like this brings to the yard every day in and day out.
Wells, a guy that really fills up the strike zone, rarely walks people. The downside is the home run ball more likely in play. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Mateo has a beat on it, puts the squeeze on it, and there's 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace. Well, pitchers like this usually work down in the zone a lot, but these days, with all the uppercut swings most hitters are taking to elevate the ball, pitchers almost have to be effective up in the zone with hard stuff. So maybe that's one area he can improve in his game to try to combat that long ball.
Next offering is in for a strike. As a hitter, does knowing that this guy's going to be in the zone, does that make you more aggressive?
Kind of, but you still have to stay on that backside. You've got to make sure you get pitch recognition and let your hands work.
And that one finds its way through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So 2 down. Seth Brown up next for the A's. Really looking good at the plate so far in the series with 5 hits and 11 at-bats. Did you ever really need a cue to be more aggressive?
No, I never did, especially when it comes to messing with you.
Wow. Over to first, and he saved. 2 outs. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
Welcome back. So here's the lefty, Kyle Muller. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, last time out, he's only able to complete 4 innings, but really battled. Didn't have his best stuff. I look for him to be better in this one.
And into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. The wind to kick the pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Snags it on the run. And there's 1 away. Time now to take a look at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. And an important bat for them, batting 5th in this one, Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, right in the middle of this lineup, and that's exactly where he belongs. I mean, he's there for a reason, Boog. This guy, they know they can rely on him, and he's a force, a presence there that, you know, puts a little trepidation in that opposing pitcher. We'll see what kind of impact he has in this one.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. One down, base is empty. And that one fouled off. And the 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him swinging.
You know, Boog, you often think of sliders more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. And that one is off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. That pitch came off the bat really well in the center field, and he clearly put a nice swing on it. And anytime you can get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good, because it seems like center fielders these days, to a man, these guys can run down just about everything hit their way.
Here's Matt Chapman. 3 hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win. Now he breaks his bat. Brown steps on the bag, out number 3. Back here in Baltimore, and here's the first baseman, Seth Brown. Wells back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Freddie Ferguson behind the dish, calling the balls and strikes. On the ground, and that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second, and he's got a leadoff double.
He smashed that ball the other way and kept it fair down the third baseline. Did an excellent job of just throwing the barrel at the ball, even though he was a little late on it. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Aledmys Diaz now, good power, not great in the OBP department. That's in there. That's strike 1. And a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Dives, and he can't hang on. Still able to get it there in time. And that's out number 1 on a tough play. And here's the rookie catcher, Tyler Soderstrom. Gets the call, 0-1. Righty to the plate. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. 0-2 now. Line drive to short and caught. Throw not in time as he's able to get back to avoid the double play.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Here's the rookie right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. 1 left for Oakland. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second, and into the box for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. And a pitch. On a line, base hit.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Here's Adley Rutschman. That smash towards center. And out number 1 on the grab.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Jorge Mateo now had the day off yesterday. Next pitch is popped up. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Ramon Urias at the plate now as he chases after that one. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. 1 left for the Orioles. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. And welcome back. Now it's the rookie DH, Jordan Diaz. Wells back to work. Called strike right there. Wells measures 6 feet 8 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. And a pitch. And that one missing low. That misses the zone. 2-2.
2-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Now the left fielder, Hoy Park, with just 1 hit in 9 at-bats so far in this series. Strike 1. That's in there. Left-hand hitter waits. And that's in the dirt.
1-2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
And that one in the air, center field. Mullins in pursuit. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away.
Now back. Number 11.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, number 11. 0 for 1 so far. And there's the strike.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss.
No ball.
Here's the 0-2. Got him looking. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing there for the A's, and we're still knotted at 0. Back now at Oriole Park, set for the bottom of the 3rd, and here is Austin Hayes. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Hayes, 27 years old, and though usually in left field, today he's the designated hitter. 0-1 now. This one popped up. Hauls it in for the out.
Some guys don't like not being able to play defense because it helps them to stay in the rhythm. So for him to be the DH, we'll see if he gets a routine together.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Flied out his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. On the ground to third, and that's just foul. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
This to third. In plenty of time to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still no score. As we go to the top of the 4th, here's the third baseman, Jonah Bride. Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. A little bit low. Smash down the left field line. Mateo hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Zach Gallo getting ready to hit. Single to right in his first trip. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Strike on the inside corner.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
The 0-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Brown batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Next pitch misses outside, and that's ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Righty delivers. That's in there. And the count 1-2. Stays alive. In the dirt. Rutschman fires over to first. Third out. 3 up, 3 down that time. We're midway in the 4th. We're tied 0-0. Back here at the ballpark, bottom 4, Anthony Santander at the plate. The wind of the pitch. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Oh, 0-2 now. And now 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. And that one ripped into right. Butler hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. Grounded out his first time. That one fouled off.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
And a pitch. Chapman gets a piece there. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Number 6.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. And that one is lifted in the air. Butler tracks it down for the out. Orioles help. Welcome back. Aledmys Diaz now. The right-hander back to work. That one missed.
You know, these Athletics need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
And there's a base hit to the left, and the leadoff man aboard. Go ahead run on base, and now Tyler Soderstrom. And the pitch a little bit low, ball one. And the 1-0. Ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
The pitch. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. Diaz headed for the plate. One runs in. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score as well. It's 2-0.
Got to be feeling great about that double. Big spot, and he drives in too. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Jordan Diaz up next for the A's. On the ground to the left. No outs. Runner on second. Ripped to third. Whips it to first. One away here in the fifth.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Digging in for Oakland, Hoy Park. He's 0 for 1. That's through there for a strike.
Oh, and an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
There's a strike. One out and a runner at second. Gets a piece and stays alive. And the 0-2. That one the other way. Makes the catch for the second out. Back to the top of the lineup, number 11, up next for the A's.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Here comes the 0-1. Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. The 0-2. Swings and misses. Good job at damage control right there. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double as the A's are on top. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Baltimore, John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Adley Rutschman. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And a foul ball.
You know, these Orioles, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Oh, what a stop. Throw to first. Got him. Great play to keep the leadoff man off base.
Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy in the mound.
And next for the Orioles, Jorge Mateo. Swing and a miss. 0-1. The 0-1. A little roller up along first. Brown takes it himself. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. And the batter now, Ramon Urias. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
I'll tell you this, that's going to go on that pitcher's highlight reel.
Well struck right field. Butler raging back towards the wall. Still going back. And it bangs off the top of the wall. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
He's been swinging it really well lately. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
And now it's Austin Hayes. 0 for 1. He flied out to right in his first trip. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Urias on at second with 2 down. Up the middle. Diaz slings to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. And welcome back. Now the number 2 hitter, Jonah Bride. And the right-hander back to work. Out front, rip foul. The 0-1. In the air, left field. Mateo trying to get there. Climbs the ladder and makes the catch. Here's a speed threat. Zach Gallo, 1 for 2. Right down the chute, strike 1.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Next pitch downstairs, and the count is 1-2. Bounce to third, and it goes just foul. And he deals. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag. He keeps his composure, and they get the out. So here's Brown at the plate. First pitch, and he just misses. Brown, 30 years old now, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. Next pitch is outside.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
That one missed, now 3-0. And that's a strike. Swings and misses, and we're filled up. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Yeah, there's the strike. That's towards center. Mullins settles under it. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the A's 2 and the Orioles nothing. Bottom of the 6th. Now at the plate, Cedric Mullins. The pitch. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
In the air, left field. Park drifts towards it. He makes the grab, and there's 1 down. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Henderson measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds, usually a shortstop, but today he's starting at second base. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Well, the one thing he'll find is that a lot of the time the play is to your back. You're moving to your right. You've got to throw back to first base. That's the difference between shortstop and second. You're usually moving into the play at shortstop. Second base, not so much.
The wind of the pitch. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
So 2 down now, and here is Anthony Santander. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Nothing doing this time around for the. We go to the top of the 7th, and now Tyler Soderstrom. That one finds the corner. Strike 1. Fouled off to the right.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup, and 1 gone. Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. Left field. Mateo has a beat on it and makes the grab. And there's 2 down. Now the A's designated hitter, Jordan Diaz. Swings through that one. 0-1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And here it comes. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back there. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. And the A's are gone in order. They're up 2-0. Back here at the ballpark, set for the last half of the 7th. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Matt Chapman. Here comes the pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into.
That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. Makes it safely. It's a leadoff double in the bottom of the 7th.
All over that one right there. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. Base hit right field. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. A switch hitter batting right. And first offering is fouled off. Runners on the corners, no outs. To short, could be 2. Diaz to second, and a run scores on the double play.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
In the air, left field, down the line. Park brings it in with a nice running grab. Back now at Oriole Park. New inning getting started. Here's the left fielder, Hoy Park. That's in there. That's strike 1.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Next offering upstairs.
It's a good take.
Kicks and fires. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Number 11 up next for the A's.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Brandon Hyde out of the dugout now, and he's ready to make a move to the bullpen. Dylan Tate gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's into the game with the bases empty. And that's in there for strike 1.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
This is beyond you.
2 outs, base is empty. Jonah Bride now at the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And the right-hander deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And 1-2-3 go the A's, but they still lead it 2-1. Domingo Acevedo into the game.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Ramon Urias digs in now. The wind and the pitch. Ball 1, no strikes. Movement in the bullpen. Drew Steckenrider preparing to come on if needed. The tying run at the plate. Foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And a count 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. And the pitch. That one out to right. Butler settles underneath it. Makes the grab. And there's one down.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Slice down the right side. Line drive, that's a base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Stepping in, Cedric Mullins. Next pitch is popped up. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Gunnar Henderson. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Ripped on a line to center. And the inning is over. One left for the Orioles. They're down 2-1. Back here in Baltimore, we go to the 9th. Here's the second baseman, Zach Gallo. To the right side, Henderson tosses to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Seth Brown. Hard ground ball, base knock. And it's a Ledmus Diaz. Yes. 1 for 3. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Tate, in his 4th year, he features a sinker, a slider, and he works in a changeup. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Fights it off. He'll see another. Just outside. Going to count 1 and 2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Another 1-2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Strike 3 called and a slider at the knees.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Next to hit, Tyler Soderstrom. In there for strike 1. Got him swinging. 1 hit, 1 left. Hard of the order, 3-4-5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. It's the A's 2 and the Orioles 1. Drew Steckenrider taking over on the mound. He comes in with a chance for his 2nd save of the season. Now here is Anthony Santander.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tie and run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
The pitch. Line drive. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. And the tying runs at 2nd base with a double.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way, and as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And here is Matt Chapman up the middle, tosses to first, 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
The first baseman, number 6.
Ryan Mountcastle will hit next.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here. Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers, they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
This one in the dirt. Runner stays put at 3rd. Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Orioles down to their final out, and now it's going to be Adley Rutschman trying to deliver as the hero. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Runner from third comes across, and they've tied it in the bottom of the ninth.
Huge moment for him and his team, Boog. You know, some guys just grip it a bit too tight in a big spot like this, having a chance to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth, but he didn't let the moment get to him. Comes up with the RBI knock, and now he's giving his teammates a chance to walk this thing off with the win if they can push across another run.
At the plate, Jorge Mateo, and he swings and misses at the initial offering. And the righty deals. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Number 11 moving under this one. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. 2-2 game. It's Major League Baseball and it's on the show.
Many years ago we saw this possibility, but we didn't have a way.
We're in extras here. Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Lawrence Butler. And a pitch. And there's the strike. Extra innings certainly had a different feel starting in 2020 with a new rule placing a runner on second to begin the inning, and that forced teams to rethink their strategy in extra frames.
Yeah, much less margin for error, and Boog, to your dismay, not much sacrifice bunting. Teams usually try for the big inning.
Certainly not that much bunting for the road team as they try and play for the big inning, but for the home team, if the road team doesn't score, you'll see the home team bunt sometimes. Jordan Diaz up next for the A's.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
That's in for a strike at 95. 0-1.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Check swing, no appeal, and that's ball 2.
Whoa, recognize that pitch just in time, able to keep those hands back.
Now all even up. Out to short. Zips it to first. 2 in a row set down to start the 10th. So up next, Hoy Park. First offering misses the mark.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
At the belt and fires. And now the runner breaks for the plate. Squeezes it, and that is the inning. The A's strand 1, and this game is still tied at 2-2. And welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Ramon Urias. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Tosses across to first. And here in the 10th, the leadoff man is out. Digging in, Austin Hayes. Move to second. Mateo back safely.
Good wheels out there on second, and he's getting a pretty big lead right now. Definitely looking to score on any hit to the outfield.
Hard ground ball for a base knock. Heading for the plate. Here comes the throw. Dives and makes the tag. Great effort for the second out.
You really can't argue too much with them sending him home, trying to win this ball game in extra innings, get back into the clubhouse, get something to eat, get some rest. But great defense right there keeps this game alive. That is a big-time play.
Cedric Mullins getting ready to hit. High fly ball out to center field. Number 11 should have this one. Puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. 11th inning set to get underway. And now the center fielder, number 11. Tate back to work. On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out. Jonah Bride up next for the A's. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
The 1-0. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. The run scores from third. It's 3-2.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
So digging in, Zach Gallo. First pitch just misses. Swing and a miss, strike one. Right, the base runner at first with one out. In the air, fairly deep to right field. And there's two away.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Seth Brown up next for the A's. First pitch, not close. A's leading by a run, and here in extra innings. Swing and a miss, and now it's even 1-1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. That's strike two.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with two strikes.
Two now. On the ground out to short. That ends the frame. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And the home team down a run. It's Major League Baseball on the show. On to pitch now for Oakland, Zach Jackson. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. Now it's the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Now this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And a pitch. That one ripped, base hit down the line. Mullins headed home. He scores to tie it up. It's 3-all.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And into the box for Baltimore, Anthony Santander. Out towards right center field. And he boots it. Throw comes in, and the winning run stops 90 feet from home. Nobody out.
He obviously put a very nice swing on that pitch and really drove it towards the gap, but I'm pretty surprised he only ended up on first right there. And it's kind of hard to say if there was some hesitation or if they just decided to play it safe.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. Double play ball to second. Tags the runner for one. On to Brown. It's two. Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. So a big opportunity here with the score tied and that runner on second to start the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, and you know they're eager to cash in. You just don't want to come out of your shoes and make a mistake. Got to play this smart.
Strike two.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Brian Baker will take over here. This is his third time. Digging in for Oakland, Aledmys Diaz. The pitch. Clips the corner. It's 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Mason Miller, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Runner leads away at second. In the air, right side. Santander in pursuit. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And a quick out, number one. Here's the catcher to hit, Tyler Soderstrom.
Well, first base open. Really no reason to pitch to this hitter right here. Put him on, have the force at second first, perhaps getting inning-ending double play.
And that one is inside.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. The 1-1 is fouled off. Kicks and deals. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Righty to the plate. That one misses, and it's 2-2. Base hit! There comes the runner. Mateo fires it to the plate. Now a dive for the tag, and he gets him. Next to hit, Lawrence Butler. Gets the outside corner with that one. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Two outs. This to center field. Mullins in pursuit. He's got it. And that's the third out. So one hit is all they get. One run can win this thing as we move ahead to the bottom of inning number 12. All tied up at 3 apiece. Welcome back. And here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
Up the middle, Diaz. Rutschman retired. Jorge Mateo, the next to hit for the Orioles.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow-mo.
The other way, base hit, that'll do it. The winning run crosses the plate, and the Orioles win it in 12.
Well, you come to the ballpark hoping you'll see something special that day, whether you're a player or a fan. A walk-off win, nobody forgets that. A memorable moment that'll be logged in the backs of the minds of everybody that witnessed this here today.
4-3 our final score, a one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Somebody dick, don't nobody take position. Aaron, I be knowing Los Angeles. You ain't never gonna see me. I be well be damn. Never gonna.
Final line score this afternoon. First was a victorious run. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Athletics, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you, drive home safely.
Yeah.